Shalom, this is New Yeshurun Israel, Hebrew on the Island 2. Today's video is Christian, Messianic Hebrew, Demonic Lies of Isaiah chapter 7 prophecy. Christian and Hebrew lie about Isaiah chapter 7 prophecy. What inspired this video is one of my subscribers from my old channel, when I was a Messianic Hebrew, thanked the Most High, to the Ancient of Days, to the one in Exodus 3:14, I am that I am. He opened my eyes to see that Jeremiah is correct on how I should think. Jeremiah 6:16. Ask for the old path, which is the good way, and walk therein. Don't search out a new path, a new way, which is the New Testament, which is the fake New Testament, the fake Messiah, because the Most High is the only Savior, Redeemer, Creator. That's it. So I want to reveal to you today, quickly, on that Isaiah 7 prophecy, that the Christians and Messianics, Hebrews, get it all wrong. The Isaiah 7 prophecy that Christians and Hebrew Messianics get it totally wrong. I think that's what I'm going to name the video. Okay, listen, let me just tell you one thing is, when you go to a Christian church, what they're doing mainly is singing, dancing, and passing that plate around. And what Messianic Hebrews, they don't realize, they are just a improved version of Christianity. They just substitute the white Jesus for a black Jesus, and they change his name to H.O.I. They basically take all the doctrines that normal Christianity, demonic Christianity has, and it's Messianic Hebrewism. Let's debunk this. Number one, they have to learn how to read first. If they learn how to read, and let's turn to this right now, Isaiah chapter 7, right? If they only just read more clearer, but they're confounded. And the Bible, our law book and the prophets and in the writings tell you that all they that are confounded, that serve graven images, their graven image is that cross, that Jesus. So that's why they're confounded. They can't figure it out, and it's really simple. It's pinned. The Most High purposely is covering their eyes. Call me to Isaiah chapter 7, and let's read verses 14 and 15. Isaiah chapter 7, verses 14 and 15. This is what it says. Therefore, the Most High himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Now read the next one, because all you have to do is read Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, in the Christian church, and the message, oh, see, virgin, that's Mary. She'll conceive a son. Oh, that's Jesus. Emmanuel. Oh, that word means God with us. Read the very next verse. Verse 15 of Isaiah chapter 7. Butter and honey shall he eat. Who? That son that's coming from a virgin. Verse 15. Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. Now look at the trickery. That's why I tell you, get away from that fake New Testament. That demonic new way. That new path. The Most High says, go ask for the old path, which is the good way. The New Testament is the devil way. And the heathens wrote this shit. The I.S.U.P.K family. Look at the trickery they wrote in Matthew 1, verses 21 and 23. And that's how these guys are confused, because they don't realize the only way you prove any doctrine, biblical doctrine, is out of the first 5 books. They don't do that. They want to prove things out of the New Testament, the Apocrypha, the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees and stuff. You don't do that. You are confused. Now let's look at the trickery that they use in Matthew chapter 1, verses 21 to 23. This is what it says in that demonic new way. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Verse 22. Now all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Most High by the prophet, saying, in verse 23 of Matthew chapter 1, behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted, God with us. Let me point out to you, remember, these Caucasians and these heathens are the devil. They're inspired by Lucifer. They are the Lucifer in Isaiah 14. They're inspired by the Most High to be confounded and be tempted by Satan, who teaches them and inspires them to make a New Testament, to make these lies, to almost make it fit, seem like it fit. But these guys don't read. It's simple. Remember, we read Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14 and 15. Now note, where did their Christ, their God, their Jesus, their Yahushua ever eat butter and honey? That's an important key aspect to Isaiah chapter 7. It's an indication. Where do you read that ever in their fake New Testament? This prophecy of a virgin, which means a young woman concerning, was given to King Ahaz of Judah in his day when Pekah, king of Israel, and Rezin, king of Syria, came up against him. King Ahaz was scared, so the Most High gave him a sign, saying, behold, the child knows to choose good, both to choose good and not evil. Both kings that he feared would be killed. King Ahaz is talking about King Ahaz. It's simple, of Judah. Come with me to Isaiah 7, 1 again. And we're going to read a couple verses in there. Isaiah chapter 7, come with me. And it came to pass in the day of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzzah, king of Judah, that Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Ramallah, king of Israel, went up towards Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it. Verse 2, Isaiah chapter 7. You just have to read. But even telling them that, they're still going to be confounded, because the Most High has chosen to close their eyes. That's why Isaiah 7 is a mystery to them. Verse 2 of Isaiah chapter 7, and it was told the house of David, saying, Syria is confederate with Ephraim, and his heart was moved, and the heart of his people as the trees of the wood are moved with the wind. Verse 3, then said the Most High unto Isaiah, go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Shurajah, forgive me for butchering the names, thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller field. Verse 4 of Isaiah chapter 7. And say unto him, take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted. For the two tails of those smoking firebrands, for the fierce anger of Rezin with Syria, and of the son of Ramallah. Verse 8 of Isaiah chapter 7. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And you can keep reading more on that. Let's get right to verse 9 of Isaiah chapter 7. And the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is Ramallah, son. If ye will not behave, surely ye shall not be established. Verse 10 of Isaiah chapter 7. Moreover, the Most High spake again unto Ahaz, saying, ask thee a sign of the Most High, ask it either in the depths or in the heights above. Verse 12 of Isaiah chapter 7. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt the Most High. Note, Israel. And again, the two kings that came up against King Ahaz were Pekah and Rezin. Now I'm going to show you the fulfillment of this prophecy. Pekah's death, the king of Israel. Come with me to 2 Kings 15 and verse 30. This is all coming to pass in the Old Testament. There's no need for a New Testament. You must answer all biblical questions in the law, and the prophets will reiterate it. And the writings in the Old Testament, 2 Kings chapter 15 verse 30. And Hosea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Ramallah, and smote him, and slew him, and reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, son of Uzziah. So now you got one of the kings that were prophesied to be killed, that King Ahaz was afraid of. Now come me to 2 Kings chapter 16. You're going to see the other king getting smoked, killed. 2 Kings chapter 16 verses 5, 8, and 9. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Ramallah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. And that time Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Ephath to Syria, and drove the Jews from Ephath. And the Syrians came to Ephath and dwelt there unto this day. Verse 7 of 2 Kings chapter 16. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tegthoth and Pilasar, king of Assyria, sorry for butchering the names, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hands of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. Verse 8. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Most High and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him, for the king of Assyria went up against Damascus and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. That's the second king that was killed. So right now you have both kings are dead. The prophecy of Isaiah 7 is fulfilled. This has nothing to do with the fake Christ, fake Jesus, fake Yahweh. They just insert their fake Jesus and fake Yahweh into the Isaiah 7 prophecy. I'm telling you, there's woe coming to you Christians and Messianic Hebrews. It says in Deuteronomy 4 and your fake New Testament revelations, it says don't add or take away to the Most High's word. And that's what you're doing by adding fake Jesus. He's not in the prophecy of Isaiah 7. That's a big prophecy they always like to throw around. You Christians definitely are lost, but you Messianic Hebrews, I hope you open your eyes. Get off of drinking the milk and start eating the meat. Learn to read the entire thing. Stop taking things out of context. Stop adding and taking away from the words of the Most High. Your Isaiah 7 prophecy is talking about King Ahaz. He was afraid of the king of Israel and the king of Syria. They were confederate. Hopefully this was edifying. Use this when you need it, when these crazy Christians and these deluded Hebrew Israelites, Messianics, come up to you talking about the prophecy of Isaiah 7. This is a new Yeshurun Israel. They speak with a forked tongue. They speak with a forked tongue. Until next time.